I am a book series junkie. I love diving into a series and being stuck in a world for a very long time. There is nothing better in the world than getting to the last book in a series and it just blows it out of the water. It's an absolute banger and it is amazing. There's also nothing worse than getting to the last book in a series and it's awful or just doesn't live up in some way. So here are some books that had absolutely amazing conclusions to series and some that did not. Let's start with a series that did not end on a high note, and that would be Ruthless Vows. This was one of my most disappointing series conclusions of all time. I really liked Divine Rivals. Ruthless Vows fell so flat for me. I almost DNF'd it. I don't know why I finished it. Let's move on to a positive one. This was one of the best conclusions to a series I have ever read in my entire life. It lives rent-free in my brain. It was a 6-star, 7-star, million-star read for me. I could not have imagined a better conclusion to this series. And this is a series that builds and I felt just got better with every single book. We start with Jade City. This was a 5-star read for me. And then we get Jade War, which was even better, was also a 5-star read, a little over a 5-star read for me. Adored it. And then Jade Legacy, which was the most spectacular conclusion. Another series conclusion that was pretty disappointing was Where the Library Hides. This was just missing some of the magic from the first book to me. I enjoyed it, it was fine, but it just didn't live up to what was in the first book. Back to something positive, another series conclusion that I absolutely adored, The Fury of the Gods. This entire series is amazing. It is a 6-star series for me. It is Norse-inspired mythology. I will never get over it. I will probably reread it at some point in my life because it was so good, but the way this ended was absolutely amazing. It was such a good conclusion. Back to disappointing series conclusions. Wisteria. This, much like Where the Library Hides, just didn't hold quite the magic that the first books in the series had. Foxglove and Belladonna were gothic and atmospheric, and I absolutely adored them and could not stop thinking about them. This one kind of annoyed me. It was missing some of those gothic vibes, and it's about a different relationship than the first 2 books, and I just couldn't get behind the relationship as much. They just annoyed me. So this was disappointing. And we're gonna finish up on a happy note here. A duology conclusion that I adored, 2 Twisted Crowns. I adored this. I absolutely adored this. It did not let me down and I was here for it. These are gothic, dark, just amazing. Some of the best YA fantasy on the planet.